Hello, it's Anna here from Papercraft Create and welcome to my channel. This video is part of a hop featuring the Kendra's Card Challenge 15 and we're collaborating with one of our super sponsors, Artful Angel. Some of my fellow design team members and I will be using some of their new release Halloween stamp sets soon to be released. I'm going to be using an image from the Brain stamp set, which is really a cutie. And I'll be creating with inspiration from card sketch number 3 today. Now, I am once again making a Halloween sort of little envelope pouch with some goodie treats inside, which you would have seen me wrapping previously. Now, for this envelope, I will be using a 6x6 piece of patterned paper, and I'll be using my envelope punch board to make this envelope. So with the envelope punch board, what you do is you find out what size you want to make, and then you will in fact line up where that starting point is, which in this case is 2 5/8. Then you punch and score, and then you keep rotating and lining up where that little notch is, your previous score mark, until you've got your 4 score lines around each side. So it's quite easy to use one of these boards. They're a great addition to any craft room. I really love and have used this an awful lot. And you know, super fantastic when you've got those odd size cards, but also to make these great little treat holders as well. So I've just rounded the corners with the little opposite end of the punch. And now what I'll do is I'm going to score only, burnish only 3 sides. So the 2 smaller edges and then the bottom edge I'll fold up as well. And this paper here is double-sided. So I've got one side that's plain and one side that's printed. So I've decided that I'll actually keep the printed side on the inside, because at least you'll see a little bit of that, whereas you won't see it so much. There is the top score line that you'll see through the back, but you know, you won't need to worry about scoring that one. So I'm using a combination of wet and dry adhesive. So I like to do that so that it sort of initially sticks, and then with the glue it gives it a much firmer and stronger bond. I'll just pop my tape gun on that to help let it dry. Now, as I said earlier, I'll be using card sketch number 3 as my inspiration for the focal point on the front of this envelope. So I'll just be reducing the size slightly, but obviously it'll be very similar. So what I've done is I've created a mat here, which is what your card front would be, and that is 3 3/4 by 2 3/4. And then I've got this pattern section, which would be what's part of the cutting template, but is a smaller size, which is 3 1/2 by 2. As you would for the card itself, if you were making the card, you would just be cutting this on the diagonal from one corner to the opposite corner. And creating 2 triangles. So I'll just arrange those on there. Now I'm just having a little bit of a play, because being a fairly dark and black card, I figured that I wanted to show a bit more of that grey spotted paper. So I thought it might look a little bit nicer just to have a little border around the edge, just so it pops off the page and it just doesn't look as dark. It just creates a little bit more balance and, you know, just a bit more of a pop of colour. So that's me just having a little fiddle around, working out what I'm going to do, and that's what I've decided. So I'll just now adhere these with some glue, and as decided, I will leave a 1/8 border all the way around on this grey patterned paper. I think just for this particular card that, you know, having that little border around will just separate the 2 black sheets, having the black background with the black patterned paper. Just that little bit of grey popping off just creates a little bit more interest and just differentiates the 2, the base and the top. Now this card sketch calls for a large element in the middle, however I will use it to one side instead. So, you know, make these card sketches your own by working with what you're using. I just think it balances this card sketch a little bit more with that larger zombie and also the large sort of sentiment as well. It just sort of gives a nicer effect of flow. So as you may have seen, if you've watched a few of my videos, I like to create a little bit of height with just a couple of layers of cardstock. So any of your spare cardstock, you can use this as your background. And what it does, it just lifts it ever so slightly off the page without creating too much bulk. As there'll be some goodies in this envelope. You don't want a huge amount of bulk, and this is a good alternative. So now I'm just adhering this to the front. Now do remember not to put glue on the top middle section, otherwise it'll attach and close up your whole envelope, and that obviously defeats the purpose. So this is my gorgeous little zombie teacher. He's from the Brain stamp set, soon to be released, and then there's these great fun sentiments also as part of the stamp set. Teachers love brains, which I think is just great. And I've also used the Copic markers on that to tie it all in together. So these little stamp sets are really fun. They've got some fun sentiments, and yes, a little bit cute, not too gory and creepy, but just the right amount of creepiness. So I'll also put the sentiment on a couple of bits of cardstock. So I'll first have my focal point on a bit, slightly raised, then my sentiment, but I will in fact put my little teacher there on some foam, so that'll just add a little bit of extra dimension as well. So as mentioned earlier, this is part of a hop, so we'd love for you to get around and watch all the videos. There is a convenient playlist linked below in the description box. And as always, the lovely Kendra is offering a digital giveaway. If you just get around to all the videos and fill out the form, which is also linked below, by the 24th of September. And she will be randomly choosing a winner and announced on her community page. So now you'll see me just putting the focal point together, last nice finishing touches on this card. So just if you are unfamiliar, I would hope that you're all familiar now with Kendra's card challenges, but she does an amazing job to put these challenges together, which run the quarter. So we're almost at the end of this quarter. I'm very excited to announce there will be a new one coming out shortly. Cards by Kendra is, as we speak, organising Challenge 16. However, don't forget we've still got a good couple of weeks to enter into this, the end of this challenge. So many prizes to be won, and I just want to say a huge big thank you to the wonderful Artful Angel, who are offering $25 gift certificates, so you could get some of these awesome stamp sets yourself if you were lucky enough to win one of their certificates. So all you need to do is enter the challenge by creating 15 of your own cards using the free PDF cutting templates and card sketch guide. I will leave a link down below to Kendra's website, Cards by Kendra, where you can find information on how to join the challenge, download the free PDF through the Patreon membership, and check out her membership, because you can also join for as little as $5 a month and to get some extra goodies. However, to join the challenge, it is free. So thank you so much for joining us, and thank you so much to Artful Angel for providing this wonderful product to us. And check them out. I'll leave links to their website as well, and really appreciate you joining us. Until next time, happy crafting and happy Halloween.